So I'm doing some research for a new series on Villains and Virgins podcast. And it sometimes happens that I stumble across someone who I've never heard of, but who totally steals the show. And a perfect example of this is a woman called Sikelgaita of Salerno. She's a Lombard princess, which means she's of Germanic origin, but she's been aristocracy in southern Italy for generations. And at the age of 18, she's then a princess and is married off to a warlike Viking newcomer by the name of Robert Guiscard. She produces 10 children for him, which is not surprising. What is surprising is that going to war was one of her favorite activities. So there's this amazing story about her in 1071, at which point she's 41 years old. She's been married to Robert for more than 2 decades. And he's then on campaign heading toward Greece. He's trying to take over some territory that's owned by the Byzantine Empire. And at the Battle of Dyrrhachium in 1071, Sikelgaita is 41 years old, and she appears on the battlefield next to her husband, full body armor, carrying weapons. And at one point in the battle, some Normans turn and they're fleeing. And she starts yelling at them and says, "Stop. Be men. How far are you going to run?" And then she grabs a spear and starts riding toward them at full gallop, at which point these Normans turn around and head back to the battlefield. And her influence is credited with having a significant effect on the outcome of that battle, which was a victory for the Normans. She's also referred to as the Duke in a number of historical documents. And that's not because the term Duchess wasn't around, it's because they called her the Duke. And that's because Sikelgaita had serious political and economic clout in her own name. She was also very influential with her husband. So there you have it. One of the most interesting women you've never heard of.